really downgraded myself, and I'm starting to be emotional, guys. And guys, believe me, I'm seeing all of that manifest. I broke people's hearts. So fast forward, I've started digging into these self-help books, and I'm starting to rediscover myself, to rediscover the power that I have as a person. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So first of all, please forgive me because in this video I'll just be all over the place. I don't really know, but I haven't scripted anything. I want to talk to you straight from my heart because I've really made some discoveries in my life. Like, I don't know, I can just say I've been surviving on this earth. I've not really been living my best life, and I just don't know. But maybe let me just start by asking you, like, if for any instance you've ever really come to a point where you've just realized like you have been a toxic person, not only to yourself but also to others. Like, I've discovered that has been me. I've been a toxic person to others, and most importantly to myself. I've been this person that I've always had negative self-talk to myself. You know, that voice in your head telling you you're not enough, you're not pretty, you can't amount to anything much, you can't do this, you can't do that, you are not worth it. Like, I've always looked down on myself, and I've always been comparing myself to others. Hey guys, my life has just been a mess. Okay, recently I've started reading a lot of self-help books. I've read this book by Neville Goddard. It's about the law of attraction, and I've come to realize like thoughts are things. Like, it's an energy that you put out in the world. If you focus your energy or your thought towards the negative side, that's what you are going to attract. And if your thoughts are positive, that's what you are going to attract. It doesn't necessarily mean that it will just happen in an instance like that. No, you really have to work. Like, it's something that, okay, for me, I've had this negative self-talk ever since growing up. Like, I've always been this negative person, so it doesn't mean that I'll start talking to myself positively today and I'll see everything just come around in an instance. It takes a lot of work. You have to cultivate that knowing or feeling inside of yourself that I am enough, and you have to keep telling that to yourself each and every day. I'm not saying that negative thoughts won't crop in your mind. I do have a lot of negative self-talk even up to today, but what I do is, when I catch myself thinking about something negative, I switch it off. Like, I just tell myself, think towards this other side, and I direct my thoughts towards the positive side. But guys, it's not an easy thing to do, because this other way is how you've learned, and you've been like this all your life now. It's not something that you can change easily, but as long as you have the will and the determination to change it, I think you can do that. And I've also come to the realization that I've really looked down upon myself for a very long time, and I've really downgraded myself, and I'm starting to be emotional, guys. Sorry about that. So I've really looked down on myself, like, for the longest time I can remember. I've always been this person that I'm not good enough, I can't do that, like, and I've missed a lot of opportunities. And being this negative person, And being this negative person, I've always gone around the world like to, I think those who have interacted with me, some may have noticed this trait in me, but some may have not. You know, some people might want to just keep the friendship for the sake of being friends with you, not wanting to hurt your feelings. But I came across this person. He was the very best, and he's the one who made me just have this switch 360 turnaround. He made me realize that I've been a toxic person, not only to myself but also to other people. He made me see that I had low self-esteem, that he just made me realize a lot of toxic traits about myself that I didn't know I had. And guys, by the way, most of the times if you have a toxic trait, it's so very much difficult to accept it. Like, it's so difficult to accept, like, I'm the negative person, I'm the toxic person, be it in any relationship. It's so very hard. I never knew that I was this kind of person until this God sent man came and just turned everything around. And I'm so glad he did it. And he was patient with me. He used to tell me to change, blah blah blah. He used to talk to me nicely and just encourage me. So fast forward, I've started digging into these self-help books and just motivational books, and I'm starting to rediscover myself, to rediscover the power that I have as a person within me. I've started to rediscover that even though I have been toxic in one way or these other many ways, I can change each and everything about me, and only me, like, I am the only person that is able to do all of that. It only takes my willingness, my discipline, and my determination to change it, and everything will be okay. So one of the things that I've come to really discover is that I have childhood wounds. I have wounds that date back from my childhood days. I've been wounded so very much by, of course, myself. I made some wounds to myself. I've also been wounded by my parents, my friends, my teachers. Like, I can see back and think about it, like, my parents have done things to me which to them maybe they considered it was the right thing to do as a parent can to a child, but to me, looking back, I can see that it didn't sit well, even though I accepted them at that time because that was the right thing to do. I've also discovered that my teachers wounded me in one way or another. Maybe they didn't handle me well, my personality and everything. And just the friends that I kept, guys, I've had good and bad friends. I've had both sides, the extremes. I've had very good friends and I've had nearly worse friends. I've been betrayed. If you think betrayal is something that isn't common, let me just tell you that it's there. And betrayal, like, it's the worst thing to ever happen to anyone. Like, when you have all your trust in someone, then all of a sudden you are betrayed. Like, it's not the best feeling, but I've been there. And I also look back and I see from these negative patterns that I've had, I've wounded a lot of people along the way. I'm not the saint here. I've wounded people. I've made several people walk with heartaches around the world, because also I was a wounded soul just trying to survive in this. Also, I went around pouring my negative energy to all these people that I met in one. And I must say, I'm so very sorry to the people that I hurt, knowingly or unknowingly. Most of the times I swear it was unknowingly, because I didn't even I didn't know about myself. And I just want to say that it's so very hard to make this realization that you are a toxic person. It's so hard to accept that you are toxic, and well, that's something that I've come to realize. And at first I was in denial. I couldn't accept it, but now I've come to really understand that it's something that's there and I don't have to be ashamed of it. It's just I have to keep working on myself, learning each and every day, and correct all my past errors for the betterment of today and for my future. And I just think like these negative traits, the self-talk that I had within myself has really dealt with me and has really kept me back from the many opportunities that I could have had. This negative self-talk has really made a negative impact in almost all my relationships, from just friendships to intimate relationships. And guys, I don't know, but all I can say is that I was terrible back then because I didn't know myself. It was terrible. And as at now, I can take responsibility for all the mistakes that I did back then. I couldn't see that I was the cause of most of my breakups in relationships, but as at now, I think I played a very major key role in all of that, and I broke people's hearts. But now, knowing what I know now that I wish I could have known then, I think I'll change for the better, and I'm willing to do the work. It's not easy. I know it's not easy having to fight all these negative talk in your mind each and every day. It's not easy, and as long as I'm willing to do the work, I know I'll get to where I want to be. I know I'll get to the level of which I feel contented with myself as a person, and I know I'll stop being a toxic person. And also from the book of The Law of Attraction, I've learned that whatever you put out there comes back to you. You give the world negative energy, you get negative energy. You put out positive thoughts, you get positive thoughts. So, and looking back, I can say, like, I can really attest to the fact that even during my breakups, whenever I thought that this person won't stay with me for a long time, surely it happened. It might have taken some time, but it manifested in the long run. When I had that, whenever I had any negative self-talk or just with someone, like recently I've been having these negative thoughts about a person that's so very close to me. I've been having negative talks about her. She doesn't love me, she's not for me. And guys, believe me, I'm seeing all of that manifest. Like everything, whenever I interact with this person, the energy is just low. We don't connect as much as we used to back then. Like, it's just terrible, guys. But I'm willing to brave up and act courageously, act bravely, speak bravely, like just love bravely, put myself out there and love bravely, challenge myself bravely. I'm willing to talk bravely, and I'm willing to just connect bravely to others. I'm willing to stretch myself out so very bravely, and I'm willing to heal my past hurts and traumas so very bravely, guys. I'm just willing to change my life for the better. I wish I knew what I know now back then, but again, it's also people learn from their mistakes, and I think it's not a bad thing to make mistakes. You can make mistakes, and if you learn from them, I think that's a better thing. Like, you can learn from your mistakes and just work on yourself to be a better person. Mistakes are there to be learned for. I think when you learn from your mistake, that's the best gift ever. So I'm not saying it will be a smooth journey. Someone might be going through whatever it is that I'm going through, but just know that anything is possible. I've always been this kind of person who shies away from even speaking to people or initiating conversations. So conservative. I've always been this person who is kind of like a coward, I may say. But guys, I've come to realize there's this podcast that I was listening to, and someone said that a stranger is just a friend whom you haven't met. So I think just going up to people and asking for help, or even giving a compliment to someone you don't know isn't a bad thing, which I'm also willing to learn to work on that and learn, and just make friendships, make everyone a friend, help wherever I can, and yeah, just that. But guys, it's so painful. All these discoveries didn't just come all at once. I had to really put in the effort to work on myself, rediscover myself, heal my childhood and my past traumas. I had to be willing and be open to just allow these realizations come as I work on them each and every day, so as to be a better person. So I hope this encourages someone out there, and I'm so very much willing to work on me and change, because I want to aim for the better and to just improve myself as a person. So I'm not saying it will be easy. It's hard. It has been hard, and it still is so very hard. But with God by my side, everything will be possible, because I know He's got me. He created me for a purpose, and He won't leave me anytime soon. As long as I'm still in this earth, as long as I still breathe in this God-given free fresh air, He won't ever leave me. He's still with me each and every day, and His grace is sufficient for me and for you out there, if this is what you are going through. And yeah, He won't let me slide or get myself depressed or anything. Like, by there, I consider myself so very blessed to have made this realization at this point of my life, because this means that greater things are ahead, and yeah, the world is just for me to conquer, and I know everything is going to be all right from now going forward. So I hope I encourage someone out there, and forgive me for that mini emotional burst. So yeah, until next time, I'll see you then. Make sure you subscribe. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Support a girl. Drop your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think, if you've been through this situation. Just let's communicate and encourage each and every person out there. Remember, in this channel, it's about positivity and self-improvement and all the positive energies, guys. So I wish you all the best in all your endeavors, and bye guys.